prepares a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup runneth over, and surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Assalamu alaikum. It's Tuesday. Welcome to Johnnies. Today is the 6th of June, 2023. We thank God. Continue praying for Ghana. Yesterday, I told you that the Minister for Trade and Industry, the Honorable K.T. Hammond, Esquire, would go to GIHOC because we had been talking about GIHOC over the past 3 or so weeks. And we're talking about GIHOC. We're talking about GIHOC not because we want to run anybody down. We're talking about GIHOC because it is an industry, and an industry provides jobs and sustains the economy. And the more we produce and the more we export, the more money we get, so that we will also be strong as a country. And that's the basis for talking about GIHOC. So all those peripheral talks and all those emotional outbursts, I don't care, actually. I don't care at all. Now, yesterday, I want to applaud the Honorable K.T. Hammond for taking that bold step to go to GIHOC after his deputy, well, he was not in office at the time, but his deputy on the 3rd of May went to GIHOC. And you can see some of the things that had been done. This looks like the refurbished GIHOC at the time. So a story that was told between 2010 all the way to 2016. Beyond that, when they stopped using cooked starch to stick their the labels on the bottles and all of that, and they had a lot of a change, if you like. But Mr. K.T. Hammond, yesterday I told you respectfully that if you go to meet the board chairman and his people, you meet the management and their people, and you do not meet the unionists, you will not get the results you're looking for. You see that the meeting ended inconclusively. You couldn't conclude the meeting. You were shocked in the meeting. Your demeanor said that you were shocked in the meeting. Johnnies, because you had heard so much when you got into the meeting. Everybody was quiet. Nobody wanted to speak because there is some culture of silence that is happening at GIHOC. Johnnies, I will prove it to you. When the people wanted to demonstrate, the police were brought in to prevent them from demonstrating. What you see on your screen now is the old GIHOC. Show them the old GIHOC, the place, and how it was turned around. The people are not happy, but yet they can't speak, because when you speak, you're either transferred. What happened to the financial controller? What happened to the FC at GIHOC? What happened to those managers who were part of the union who started, and those individuals who started? They have been moved from their department to marketing, correct? Johnny's fight. And we know that GIHOC is not producing as much as it used to produce. Because if you are producing 3,000 cartons per day, and now you're producing 960 cartons by the close of last week, and you are defaulting in your payment of SNIT, well, I understand that the court has resolved the matter, so both parties have agreed on a settlement and a payment plan and all of that. But if you were defaulting all those things, payment of tier 3 and the rest, and salaries were delaying, it means that you are not making profit to be able to give the people the money. And you're asking people now to go on their annual leave because people come to work and the production is not happening. Mr. Hammond, you remember that yesterday I mentioned to you that we should focus on the key issues, because yesterday we were talking about water plant. But the main ingredient for producing anything at GIHOC is alcohol, ethanol. Did they talk about ethanol? Did we talk about ethanol in that meeting? And, for example, how the suppliers are refusing to give supplies to GIHOC, and how those who had supplies there had come to take their things immediately. The MD returned and the IMC was dissolved. Johnny's fight. What about the board chairman? Because the board chairman himself was told in the past that everything was okay. He didn't know that we owed GRE from GIHOC. He didn't know that SNIT was not being paid. He didn't know that the people's tier 3 was not being paid. He didn't know that salaries were delaying. He was told that everything is fine. He was shocked. So, Mr. Hammond, I know that you have told them that you come back. On your second coming, please meet the workers themselves. Because as for the people at the top, they will tell you the niceties. They will try and polish everything to let it look good. But know that so long as you're a minister, and you'll be a minister from now till the end of the second term of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, if GIHOC falls, it falls on your head. So, Mr. Hammond, respectfully, I know that you want to fix this. Let it not linger. because the workers are not happy. They received their April salaries in May, towards the end of May. When will the May salaries come? I don't know. That's a recipe for disaster. A very vibrant and buoyant company. And look, for GIHOC, their Herbafric, their Castle Bridge, their Madingo, their Takai, it's all over. Show me one single pub, spot, or bar where those things are not sold. It's by popular demand, competing with other brands. How is it that now you are producing less, which will create a shortage, which will create an advantage for the competitors, which will run down the company? Kwame Nkrumah's own investment. Something is not right somewhere. And it's not about personalization. It's about putting the right people at the right place to work. That's the update from GIHOC.